Hello, good morning and welcome to your 30-minute glutes workout. So you don't need anything particular for this one apart from a mat so that you've got something to kneel on for any sections where we are on our hands and knees or lying down. We're going to do a nice little warm-up and then work into the main exercise, which is interval-based training. We'll be on and off sections of work for about 40-45 seconds on each bit. And then we've got short little rest to allow you to transition between the different positions. So make sure you have some water with you. I'm barefoot today, but that doesn't mean that you need to be. If you're happy to have your trainers on, have your trainers on. Right, let's get ready to go. Okay. Line that up and start. All right, we're going to get straight into it with some squats. So feet underneath your hips, and we're just going to sit back. Start with gentle squats to begin with. Also, I need to do this. You guys keep going. Squat, squat, squat. Let's mute. Yeah, there we are. All right, so build your depth of your squats. Gradually come a little deeper and a little lower. And what I'd love you to do is to send your hips back, but keep your chest upright. So your back is on about a 45-degree angle. Resist the temptation of the back coming down too far. Perfect. Let's pick up the speed a little bit. Now that we've got our depth, let's move a little quicker. So we want to get the muscles all around the hips and legs nice and warm and ready for the rest of the exercises. Step a little wider. And if you can maintain the same depth and same speed, fantastic. So we got 3 exercises in each block. Each block we're going to repeat 3 times, and there are 3 blocks altogether. Let's take one more here. Stand up, stay up. Right leg, swing it forwards and backwards. If you need to hold on to something for a little bit of extra balance, you can do that. Keep the chest up, hips stable as you swing your legs. Change sides, left leg, forwards and backwards. Building the range as you go. Kicking a little higher if that feels comfortable, in front of you and behind. One more here, and then we're going to take our right leg again, but swing it in front and to the side. Lovely. Warming up, mobilizing all around the hips. Checking in on your balance a little bit too. Change sides, other leg, swing in front and to the side. Hold on to something if you need to, don't compromise balance. Perfect. Nice. Okay, now we're going to tap to our knees with a little softness in the knees, bend in the hips. Stand up, knee tap, stand up. So we look forward, lean forward as you send your hips behind you. And then if it feels comfortable to, as you stand, squeeze. So stand, squeeze. So the hips will shift a little further forward of the knees. Perfect, 2 more. Stand, squeeze. 1 more, stand, squeeze. Come back to your squats. Step a little wider than your hips and start to reach down all the way to the floor. Alternating, one hand and then the other. Good. So with the knees a little wider, you give your hips space to come lower to allow you to reach to the floor. If the floor is generally out of reach, just go as low as you can. Perfect, nice. 2 more each side. Excellent, then we're going to grab a real quick drink and get ready to work. Perfect, give the legs a quick shake off. Roll out the hips, one way then the other. Bring in your mats, and we're going to start lying on our side. Right hip up. As you lie on your side, bend your bottom leg, extend your top one, elbow underneath your shoulder. Flex your top foot and just pulse up and down. Take the range as high as feels comfortable for you. So the top leg is straight, toes are facing forward as well. Watch out for the toes twisting upwards. So imagine you're lifting higher with your heel than you are with your toes, and that will keep the foot nice and flat. Well done, you're over halfway. That's it, long straight legs. Push into your heel, flexing your foot. 10 seconds to go. This is nice, this is really good. Body's barely moving, just the leg. 3, 2, and we stand up on 1. We're gonna take 1 squat, step back with a lunge. 1 squat, step back with the other leg lunge. Ready? Let's go. Squat, 1 leg back, squat, other leg back, and alternate between the 2. Good, lovely. So you might not stand all the way upright in the middle, that's all right. Keep it within that kind of upper mid-range, but we're just swapping one leg than the other. If you have space, take a nice big step behind you. Chest up though. Perfect. We're over halfway. We're getting ready to do the same leg extension lying on our side with the left leg next. Just over 5 seconds to go. 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Lie back down. So bend your bottom leg, extend the top one, flex the foot, push into your heel, shoulder over elbow, straight leg, we lift. 40 seconds, up and down. Good. So from the hips all the way up to the head, freeze frame. No movement here. When you're using the muscle on the side of the glutes, especially side of the hips, to lift your leg. You'll have tightness in the front of the thigh, quadriceps also working where your leg is straight. Halfway, looking good. Toes forward. Imagine you're lifting with your heel. That'll keep your foot nice and flat. After this, we're going to take a real quick break, 10 seconds extra, so that we can change sides, have a quick sip of water, and work the right side again. Good, nice. Shake it off. Have a quick sip. Change sides. Okay, so if you want to intensify this for round 2, instead of lying on your side, you're going to lift. So the hips are up and off the floor. You're going to hold that position. You've got 4 seconds to decide. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Same movement from the foot. Hips are elevated as an option, thereby pretty much in line with your shoulders. And what you're feeling now is the top leg is active work and those glutes are contracting, relaxing, but the bottom set of glutes, oh yeah, we've got an extra bit of fire there now. Well done, you're over halfway. Long straight leg, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Drop it down if you need to. 10 seconds to go. Don't forget to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, stand yourself back up. So alternating squat to a step back lunge. Give the legs a quick shake if you need. Find your balance, shoulders above hips, squeeze, take a squat, and step back. Another squat, and step back. As we do this one, spend more time coming straighter, coming low, straighter, and low. So you might need to pick up a bit more speed to transition, but we're getting more height change. So lower if you can, big squeeze of the glutes as you come upright to bring your hips in line with your feet. Good, nice. And if it comes naturally, use your arms as well. Pull the hips forward as the elbows pull back. Good, 3 seconds to go. Extended legs on the side, here we are. Lie it down. So remember, option to stay on the mat or elevate the bottom hip off the ground. Top leg flexed, let's go. Or top foot flex, should I say. There we are, push away, squeeze. Nice. About 1 second up, 1 second down is a great bit of timing if you need it. But you can go faster, you can go slower. Whatever helps you feel like those muscles are getting a chance to grab as they lift, but the stability of that bottom hip. Well done. Just over 10 seconds to go. Breathe through it, I know. So close now. We get an extra 10-second recovery and another round to push through. 3, 2, 1. Well done, shake it off. All right, so put out the muscles so they're a little stiff. Change sides. We got 10 seconds before we do our final round here. Hip up, hip down, swap halfway in between if you need to, or you can add a pulse. So this one is you come up, lower down, up, lower down. There we go, let's move, 40 seconds. So up and stay up, down and just use the leg, which is this one here, or as your leg rises, your hip comes up, leg lowers, hip lowers. So the movement becomes a bit more energetic. Oh. All right, you got 20 seconds to go. Change if you need to change. I know this is strong, or it certainly feels that way for me. All right, I'm staying on the ground, I'm kidding. 10 seconds left. Oh, muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, And one, stand up, squat, alternating lunges. This time I want you to stay lower, so not up and down, stay low. Shake it out, ready, let's go. One squat, one lunge, stay low, and lunge. Good. So we're keeping in the bottom range now, maintaining knee bend. Rather than coming up, stay low, load the legs. Good. Stepping about hip distance apart each time for your lunges too, to help with balance. But stay low, there's your focus. Lower, lower than that. Ooh. 15 seconds now. Keep as much bend in the knee as you can. Then you have to lift your foot more, using your hamstrings to be able to step hip forwards and backwards. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lie down. Last time, left side. Now remember, if you change halfway through the last set, try and do the same on this side. So you've got the option to lift, here we go. As you rise your foot, the hips rise, which is a little tougher. Or you hold it up, just pulsing the leg up and down. Or you keep the hips on the mat with the leg on its own. So I quit with about 10 seconds left at the end. I'm going to try and do the same here on the left side. Halfway, 20 seconds. Stick with it, you can do it. Last time we do this one, remember? 13. Woo. All right, so with 10 seconds left, I'm keeping my hip down, just using the leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, shake it off, grab a quick drink, fantastic. All right, so a third of our workout done. 3 new exercises, block number 2. We're gonna come onto our forearms for this one. With the right leg first, ankles crossed, but the right knee is wider. So like this. And then we're going to keep the knee wide as the foot stays close to your midline. Let's go. So think of it like a bit of a donkey kick fire hydrant hybrid, if that makes sense. So your ankles cross when your leg is low, your knee is a little wider, and then when you lift, the ankle stays close to center with the knee being wide. So we've got a little external rotation in the hip joint, working those glutes really nicely. 10 seconds to go. We're going to do a curtsy lunge repeater, but we'll change sides halfway. In 3, 2, 1. So stand yourself up. Take your right leg diagonally behind your left, like you're about to curtsy, and we're going to just do single time on this side. Here we go. So the feet stay in position. The weight is primarily over your left leg, right leg, whoop, stepped on a diagonal line behind. When we get to halfway, we'll swap. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So quickly change your standing leg, step on a diagonal line, and up and down on this side. Good, lovely. Feet stay in position, the knees bend, they separate to allow the hips to lower. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Come back onto your elbows. Crossing again. This time your left ankle across your right. The knee is wider than the ankle. And you lift and extend. So think about the knee being wide. Toe will be a little higher than the knee as you lift it. That's okay. Ankles connect. So the foot is narrower than the knee. There we go, good stuff. Stable shoulders, stable hips. 20 seconds to go, you're halfway. I'll show you a little variation as we come into round 2. 15 seconds to go. Lift, squeeze, lower down. That's it, well done. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. You can push back to a child's pose, give the hips a little stretch. Or stand up, give a squeeze. So with this one, on straight arms or forearms if you prefer. The right ankle crosses over the left, send the knee a little wider. Point your toe if that comes naturally. 3, 2, lift, and lower. So as you come onto your forearms, you may feel that the leg can comfortably lift a little higher because we've changed the angle at the hip, so that's cool. If that feels natural, lift it, go for it. But see if you can keep the lower back stable. So you don't end up throwing in a back arch as your foot lifts. You're over halfway. Curtsy lunge repeaters for our second exercise. 10 seconds to go. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back so your shoulders are stable as well. 3, 2, 1. Stand yourself up. So left leg stays where it is. Right leg diagonal line behind. You're on your tiptoes on the right. And we're going to stay low for a pulse now. So one pulse at the bottom, then stand. One pulse, then stand. Option for you here. Otherwise, if you prefer single time up and down, you can do that too. As you stand, imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Standing up tall, hips come forward, and give it a nice squeeze. Change sides. Down for one, up and squeeze. Good. Down for that pulse, up and squeeze. Lovely. Really nice. Try not to rush your extension. Take your time to really engage the muscles. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Down we go again onto our mat. Forearms as an option. Left ankle crosses the right. Left knee a little wider. Then send the toes to the ceiling and down. Lift and lower. Good. And like I said, if it feels natural to be able to lift the foot a little higher in this position, then do that. But just don't let the lower back move. Keep that strong and steady. Halfway. This is nice. Well done. Squeeze lift. Perfect. Slight variation coming up for you in round number 3. But first, 10 seconds to go. So notice now how your knee stays a little bent throughout. That's the bit that we're going to change. 3, 2, 1. Take a quick stretch. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back to it. Last time on the right side. You can do this now as an option, straight arms or bent. But here's your variation. Knee bent, leg straightens. Knee bent, leg straightens. All right, so it starts, the knee starts wide and then squeezes in. Let's go. Lift, lower. So I quite like to think that there's an object behind me. I want to tap it with my toe. Reach back, tap it. And then cross the knees or cross the ankles again. Lift, tap. Nice, and this should give you a little bit more fire through the glutes as the leg really extends and you reach behind you. 15 seconds to go. Keep it smooth and controlled. Lightly tap your ankle down. Reach up and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curtsy lunge repeaters. Stand up. Shake it up super quick. Left leg stays. Right leg on the diagonal. This time your option is to pulse all the way through. Stay low. So stay down for the whole 20 seconds. Or you've got one pulse, standing up, or single time, up and down. Good, if you're pulsing, come a little lower if you can. Nice. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. Pulse, down low. Hold it here if you can. Or remember, take one pulse, stand all the way up, or singles, up and down. Halfway on this side, you can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Last time, with these little attitude leg lifts, forearms or straight arms, ankles cross, knee a little wide. Remember, you're reaching up and tapping behind you. Try and extend your leg away. Let's go. So straighten the leg, reach. Diagonal line with the leg and the body. Squeeze the glutes as the leg extends. 30 seconds to go. This is nice, well done. Perfect. We're going to do something similar to this exercise in block number 3, but standing up, so it's a bit more intense. 15 seconds to go. Lift. Woo. 10 seconds now. You can do it. Remember, slightly longer recovery coming your way. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Shake it off. So, block number 3. We'll start with the right leg, standing. You're going to take your toes behind you and then lift. So it's smaller, but more intense for this muscle. So you've got 5 seconds to get ready. Find your positioning. Weight over the left leg, right toes back, let's go, kick. Now smaller movement because we're not moving from the body, and unlike when we're on the floor, we have the body lower, right, because we're on our forearms. So now we're thinking about keeping the body still and just kicking behind you. Keep the inner thighs, knees and ankles close together, and your big toe pointing straight down to the ground. Good, 15 seconds to go. Good old hip bridges next, lying on your back. In 10 seconds. Stay tall, stand tall. Little kick behind you. Nice. Well done, it's looking good. Awesome, down to the ground. So heels, shuffle them so they're close to your hips. Maybe you tap them with your ankles. Draw your lower back firm into the mat, and we're just gonna go up and down. All the way up, almost all the way down. Lift, squeeze, and lower. Try and relax the shoulders, relax the neck, relax the head. Tilt your tailbone towards your knees, lifting from the hips, not the ribs if you can. Up and down. Control your movements. Over halfway. Stick with it, have a break if you need to, come back when you're ready. Last few seconds, then we stand again. Leg extensions on the left side. Ready? Let's go. Roll it up. Stand. Find your balance with your right leg. Step your left toes behind you. Straighten. Zip up tall. And then extend. Little kick back. Teeny tiny, remember? Try not to compromise the lower back moving. Just for the sake of trying to get some more height. Doesn't need to be high to be effective. Draw the belly button in. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Point your big toes straight down to the ground. And lift from the heel if you can. Inner thighs tight. 15 seconds to go. This is good, this is good. You're getting really close, I promise. We're going to shake now and then go back to the right leg next. In 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Shake it off, move around, have a drink. Maybe you bring the knees ahead of you to change your movement. Okay, we come back to the right side in 10 seconds. You have the option this time to lift, pulse. That was a bad demonstration. Lift, pulse, then touch down. Let's go. Lift, pulse, touch down. Lift, pulse, down. Good. If you need to, single time up and down is absolutely fine. Think about rolling, if this makes sense, rolling your right inner thigh towards your midline, because naturally your knee will want to tilt out, like we did in the forearm exercise first, but now it's the opposite. Inner thigh rolls inwards. With or without the pulse, stand tall. 10 seconds to go. Hip bridges with the pulse next as well. There's a theme here, have you noticed? 4, 3, 2, 1. Down we go, onto our backs. So all the way up, all the way down, or almost all the way down is your option, or stay up in the top range for a pulse before you come down. Let's go, 40 seconds. Lift, squeeze, lower. Lift, squeeze, and lower. This is really good. Chin extended towards the sky. Lift from the hips, not the lower back or the ribs. Squeeze the glutes, tighten the hamstrings, and push into your heels. This is good, well done. 15 seconds to go. Getting closer, lift, squeeze. Last few seconds now. Keep tilting the tailbone towards your knees as you lift. So close. Awesome, stand yourself up. So left leg extending behind you this time. Stand on your right. Tiptoes out behind you. Stand up tall. You can add the pulse as an option. So lift and pulse, tap down. Lift, pulse, tap. So pick an option which challenges you, gives you enough work, but not one that feels impossible to complete. If you need that little rest, take it. Come back when you're ready. Halfway. Standing super tall, well done. I'll give you a little stretch out for the lower back if that's feeling a little tense next. 10 seconds time. So for that, you're going to take a soft bend in the knees, hip distance apart, and fold yourself forward. 3, 2, 1. So hip distance, fold forward. Bring your elbows between your knees, and then try and lift up and away from this one. Push the elbows to the knees, sink the head, lift the hips and lower back. Right, 10 seconds to go. Last round of extensions on the right leg. For this one, if you're feeling in the lower back, take a little lean forward, and then the same thing, lift with a pulse and lower. Now with the lean forward, you might notice more height from the back leg, that's fine. But if you are leaning and are getting more height, try and bring your right hip forward and down so that you're not inadvertently letting the right hip shift open. So right hip forward and down, squeeze it there. You're over halfway, and then think about really sucking the belly button in and up, drawing the tailbone down towards your left heel to help keep the lower back steady, so you're not end up doing this. 3, 2, 1, hip bridges, last time. If you're pulsing and you want an extra option, add another pulse in the top half range. Heels close to hips, hip distance apart, and we go lift, maybe lift, and lift again, slowly roll down. Lift, 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 slowly roll. Single pulse, absolutely an option for you, or all the way up and all the way down. So you've got 3 different versions to pick from. Checking that your knees don't accidentally drift wide as you lift your hips. Try and squeeze the knees together, inner thighs working too. And if you need to, you can wriggle your shoulders to roll them underneath. 10 seconds to go. We're on the home stretch. One more round of leg extensions on the left side to go. Well done, roll up to standing. Whoop. So remember, same options. You can take a little lean forward, but if you do that, wrap your left hip down. Let's go, last time. With or without the pulse. And if you're leaning forward, you may get that extra bit of range, that's okay. Again, pull the belly button in tight, then tilt your tailbone down to your right heel, the one that's on the ground. Good, well done. Getting closer, getting closer. Check it again, left hip, wrap it down. Tailbone towards your right heel. Just 10 more seconds. You can do this, you can do this. Kick back, lower. Kick back, lower. 3, 2, 1. Well done, well done. All right, if you need to, take a little bit of movement for the hips. Swing them forwards and backwards. And then we're going to sit ourselves down. So make your way to the ground. Extend for me your left leg. Take your right ankle across your left knee. Let that right knee drift wide. Pause here for a second. So I'm supporting my ankle with my hand, pressing lightly away with the knee. Take a gentle lean forward. You should feel this quite nicely in the glutes on the right side. Deep breath before you consider lowering again, if that's comfortable. Nice. And then as you're leaning forward, slide your elbow underneath your foot. So I've got my whole hand free. And then cradle your knee with your other hand. Sit yourself up, pick the leg up with you, and hold it like a baby. And then rock it. This is one of my favorite stretches. If this is out of reach for you, keep the ankle on your knee though, that's fine, and still keep leaning forward. Take another couple of rocks left to right, and then gently release that leg. Swap it round. Pick up the left, place the ankle over the knee, that knee pushes away, and you're holding your ankle with your right hand. Sit tall, and then lean forward. That stretch should start to kick in pretty quickly around the left hip. Take a breath before you consider leaning forward again, if that feels good. And then we're going to slide the right hand forward, bringing the foot into your elbow, so you free off that hand. Cradle your knee in your other elbow, sit back, pick both up, and then hold the foot. Rock it like a baby. Woo. Gently left to right. Remember, if this is out of reach, if you need to keep the ankle across the knee, do that. You'll still have a really nice, effective stretch. Couple more times, left to right. And then set the baby down. Shake it off. Both legs straight, take a little lean forward, hamstring stretch. Reach down wherever is comfortable for you. Relax, keep the body long, feel the stretch through the back of your legs. Excellent stuff. And then roll yourself upright. You're going to come to a kneeling position. Bring your right heel towards your right hips. You're welcome to step your right knee a little further behind you if you need to, but squeeze the heel to your hips, pushing your hips forward as you do that. So quad stretch for the right side, kneeling. Change sides for me. Left heel to the hip. You can step it behind to help you grab a hold. Squeezing the heel tight towards your hips before you pull the hips forward. Quad stretch on the left. Good, nice. Set that one down gently, hands ahead of you. Tuck your toes, bring the hips up. We'll take a quick little walk through the calves, pushing the heels down. Also a little stretch through the back of the legs. Then walk your way forward. Come to standing. Take a nice gentle roll, up, 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 up. As you stand up, hands up and together. Breathe in and give yourself a round of applause. Woo! Well done. Thank you so much for joining me. I know that last round was quite intense. I'm not sure about the second one. Maybe you didn't feel it as much in that. But remember, if you need to stretch these muscles again, this is a nice one. Ankle across the knee, sit back, take the knee wide to get into this muscle around the hips. Or if you like those ones sitting down and you're a little bit bored in front of the TV tonight, cradle your leg again, rock the baby. Good stuff, guys. Well done. Thank you so much for